Good afternoon, guys. Trust that you had a good Easter. Definitely a lot different not being together with you guys at church, I hope we made the best of it. Was able to watch it on the Raymond Baptist Church Facebook channel. If you want to catch it, it'll be on every Sunday starting at 10:30. I've also been doing these videos every week. If this is your first time, you can check out the last few weeks if you want as well. Last week I was talking about how Jesus lived out the commandments to love your neighbor and to love God. And we talked about how Jesus washed his disciples' feet and how that was an act of love, and then his prayer in the garden. And I was thinking about this week, Monday and Tuesday, where to go from there. Where to go from there. I think First John is a great place to go next. It kind of lays out how loving your neighbor really looks like, especially those that are believers. So I'm going to start by reading and then just share a couple of thoughts that I've had. So we're in 1 John 2, starting in verse 7. It says, "Dear friends, I am not writing a new commandment for you. Rather, it is an old one you have heard from the beginning. This old commandment to love one another is the same message you heard before. Yet it is also new. Jesus lived the truth of this commandment, and you also are living it. For the darkness is disappearing, and the true light is already shining." All right. "If anyone claims I am living in the light but hates his fellow believer, that person is still living in darkness. Anyone who loves a fellow believer is living in the light and does not cause others to stumble. But anyone who hates fellow believers is still living and walking in darkness. Such a person does not know the way to go, having been blinded by the darkness." And I think that's just a simple but powerful verses that we can look at. A simple way is loving those believers that are around you. And it's such a simple concept, but also very hard at times to live out. We all have disagreements or different opinions on different things, but I think very simply that those verses say if we cannot love our fellow believers, how can we truly be following what God's plan is for us as believers? That's tough because if you think about it, we look at people in the church as believers, but also the people you live with are believers as well. And how are you loving them in your day-to-day walk, especially right now where we're stuck at home together? And I know I've hit this point a lot, but how are you loving your parents or your siblings as God calls us to? It can be wearing, being stuck with the same people all the time. I know that as I read these verses earlier this week, how you miss and you love those that maybe you sometimes take for granted. And I include my church family as that, you guys as well in the youth group, that you don't really realize how much you miss somebody until you're not with them on a consistent basis. So I wanted to put this video out to tell you guys that I miss and love you guys, and that it's tough not being able to see and talk with you guys weekly. I hope you feel the same about each other, and hope that we can be together soon. But until that point, take opportunities to love those around you in simple ways, in whatever way you can. I've been seeing a lot of videos and a lot of posts about how this is an opportunity to love those around you, and I think that's very true. And in whatever interactions you have with people, whether you can be texting or calling or reaching out, Um, but sometimes we forget that one of the simplest ways to love somebody else is to be praying for them consistently. And I hope you take that opportunity throughout your day to be praying for those around you, to be praying for those that are in the church that might be struggling, for those that are on the front lines. Um, just be praying and be loving your fellow believers. I hope to see you soon. I truly do miss you and love you guys. Um, Take care. Stay healthy.